Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Local Pundit. I'm Josh Anthony, and this is your greatest podcast you'll ever listen to. I know Aaron hates it, so that's why I'm saying it. But welcome back to the Local Pundit. It is me, and guess who I have with me today? Patty, and we are going to kick it off with some a big league. Welcome back, my friend. How are you? We had a lot of business to talk about today.
Lots to talk about today. People are shit scared after seeing the fixtures.
I know.
They're dropping them. And I'm like, how does this change anything? We knew who we were going to play, but somehow having it written down with a couple of big teams back to back and everybody's freaking out. It's great.
It makes it well. And you know what? It's a great welcome back after 43 years, which we're going to kick in. We're going to talk about that, the first 5 fixtures. We're going to talk about the Christmas period, the last 5. We're going to talk about Will Boyle. And there was an article today that came out. Not an article. Actually, it was an interview on TalkSport. Yeah, we're going to do TalkSport. Humphrey was on talking about
Humphrey, yeah.
We'll do about that. Yep. So anyways, please smash that like button. Subscribe to the Local Pundit if you haven't already. 3,001 by the start of the season. We're going to do this. And then 50,001, as you know. And yeah, please pick out everything you see in the background here and let us know what you think. Mike McCarr for letting us have this space. And it's a big day. We also, by the way, Carabao Cup. We have the Carabao Cup. I totally forgot about that. Another segment there too. You know what? I mean, shoot, we're hurt,
and of course we got a championship team.
Yes, of course we did. And that
couldn't get a piddly little League 2 team. No.
Just the piggly little League 2 too. All right, should we kick this off? Get started. I want to know everyone. Please see the chat. Needs to start chatting. Let's do this. And let's go. Hey Terry, how you doing? And Aaron's in the house, and Aaron's been doing some good work on the side. We'll talk about that a little later. And Ree from SoCal, I will see you tomorrow. Steve Barton's in the house as well. So Patty, up beats down. Wrexham epic run from day 1 to the final. I mean, we got a team that just got relegated. Pretty dramatically, Southampton. They have Premier League pedigree, and it's an early survival test for us in Southampton. What say you, my friend?
Wouldn't it be nice to pick off 3 points away against one of the best in the season? There's nothing to lose with that opener. Nothing. It's great. I love it, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because, the wisdom is we're going to lose that match. Right.
Yes, sure.
And it's fair. I'm not even going to try and pretend that that's not accurate. So we have absolutely nothing to lose on that first day. That's going to be fantastic if we pull a draw or sneak a little dirty 1-0 Parkinson, a little 1-0 Parky special on the opening day. That would be huge. If we
go down to St. Mary's, go down to the south, it's a long way away. Go down to St. Mary's and just get a little bit of 3 points. Yeah, they're fast, they're going to be technical, they're going to be dangerous from home. I've been to that stadium. I sat in the away end, by the way. But if Parkinson can weather that storm early, I think it's awesome. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't know about you, but did you watch the new trailer, by the way, for the episode tonight that I'm not going to watch? I'll watch it tomorrow.
No, I haven't.
It's pretty good. It's he is. I think I love him more. I get it. Yeah. But kicking it off, and that is, by the way, it's August 9th. That feels like tomorrow. It really. Yeah. It's gonna, Patty. We're gonna be like this, and it's gonna be here tomorrow.
And we still have the summer down under.
Yeah, I mean, doesn't that feel? It feels far away still too. But everyone says everyone when I tell them we do the Wrexham channel and the Local Pundit, like, was there enough to talk about? Yeah. It's like, is there enough to talk about? Yeah.
People won't shut up about us.
Yeah.
And we don't even cover half the stupid videos and interviews that are made about us.
Exactly. Right. Nikki D says, good point, Patty. If we draw or even a win, it'll be enormous. Yeah, it'll be enormous. I like it too. No, it's a great start. And I'd rather have the test up front. I'd rather have the test up front.
Yeah. I don't know. They didn't give us the opener on the Friday night, though. John got
it. Apologies. That was not it. Birmingham Ipswich, right? Birmingham Ipswich?
Yeah. Big. Do you know what I didn't check? So that's the two teams coming up have the 2 teams coming down. Did Charlton get the other one? Probably not.
Yeah, the chat can
check that for us.
Yeah, check.
Who does Charlton have for the first match, please, guys?
Yeah. Please help us out right here too. All right, so that's our first one, August 9th. It's a 5-game. It's a brutal baptism for sure. It's a brutal baptism by fire, which is fine. So it goes away at Southampton, Home West Brom, set piece threats, physical midfield, they're winnable, but we'll have to have discipline there too. We'll go through in a second here. That's West Brom on the 16th, and Patty brought something about timing of these games as well. So things could change up too.
Yeah.
Then home to Sheffield Wednesday, which they have an embargo going on. We'll talk about that. Wobbly defense. They have the embargo, and can we seize that moment? Then away, August 30th, still in August, is Millwall away. I mean, Maca wanted, right? Yeah. And then QPR at home. They're going to attack us. They might be a little bit open, so we can get after them. The way Parky might open up his play. Yeah. And it's a great way to unleash our wings. So that's our first 5 fixtures right there, bringing us into September. Wow.
Yeah, and like I said, I don't know what anybody expected. There was probably no chance of getting 5 easy matches. No. You know what I mean? It's just not the way it's going to happen in the Championship.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm going to put it out there, and I'm going to say, everybody, increase your opinions here. Get a bit positive about this, because people are being too scared. Not everybody can do well in the league, guys. They all have big names, but look, in the past couple of years, some of them have done dog shit. Some of them have end up in the bottom half. So not everybody's going to get it right, guys.
Yeah. Hey, remember Bolton, Patty? Remember we were like, oh God, Bolton. How'd that go?
Huddersfield?
Yeah, Huddersfield, right?
Huddersfield.
Yeah. So by the way, John says Charlton are home against Watford.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And just a news and note show. There will be a show later on today, Champ Chat. That's a members only show, and we're going to be talking about that as well. So just breaking off that. So that is later. But thank you, Charlton are home against Watford. So the way I see this first 5, by the way, it's fiery baptism by fire. Hagler Hearn. I think it's Hagler and Hearn. The first, I think it was like that. I don't know if everyone ever seen that match. That box match. It's just like it's just gonna go, and we're gonna take punches and we got to punch back. That's what I think we need to do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Last season, look, once we started rolling, everybody started saying 2 points. 2 points will get you promoted, and it might just get you promoted as well in the Championship, but let's go straight down the middle. You want to be looking at 1.5 points a match. Yep. And that'll put you nice and solid, get you pretty close to the playoffs as well.
Mm-hmm.
So you would have a shot if you get a little bit higher than 1.5.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we should be aiming for when you're looking at any group of matches. Does it look like we can achieve a 50-50 from points for the group?
Mm-hmm. So Pat, right, good question. How many points
there we go.
There it is right there. Listen, I do not want to put like what I think we can do, because we don't have, it's like going in, we're trying to bake a cake, but we don't have all the ingredients yet. So I'm going to hold off on all those things.
I'm not.
Oh, you?
Oh, no.
Oh, okay.
But look, no one knows what anybody's going to do. You have to just go on history.
Okay.
We know what he's done the past couple of seasons. Like, let's think about it. So Southampton is obviously the biggest one of the 5, right? Let's put that down as a loss. It's an away match as well. West Brom, we would want to be trying to take something out of that.
Yep, that's a
home match. So 1 or 3 there. Sheffield Wednesday, that's the easiest of the run. Let's guess, because there's so many problems. So that should be a 3 points. We need to aim for 3 points there at home. Yes, Millwall away is another dodgy one. 1 more point, and QPR at home that's a one winnable if we can play well, if we can start well, but maybe not. So you're looking at a little bit under the 1.5 there.
You know what scares me about all of them? It's Millwall away. The den is gritty. There's a lot of dirt under those nails. You know what I mean? So I think you just
get it out of the way. Get those shitty ones out of the way and done.
Yeah.
So I don't mind that at all. The ones I do kind of like is, I think our home matches aren't bad. Away matches are always dodgy in the first place. So I think it's kind of good to get the hard away matches potentially done and dusted in the first half.
QPR will rock up here at the racecourse and be like, "We got this. We're established."
Yes.
They will rock up.
If they come at us, now here's the thing: if they come at us, I expect most teams in the Championship to come at us head held high. Oh, who do you think you are? And underestimate us again. So some of those teams we're going to turn over. Now,
it's gonna be who are you? Sacked in the morning right off the bat. I mean, it's
so is QPR one of those teams? Potentially. That's the challenge. You know, five matches in. You've had a couple of matches. We've also had a Carabao Cup at that stage. So we'll figure out how well we're doing versus QPR, I think, because that should be a standard for the season. How well do we play against them? A decent team who can be pushing if they have a good season as well.
Parkinson will have to be managing day one. I know this sounds really redundant. He's going to have to be managing at a high level minute one, like right now. And somebody said it just made it real. I don't know who said it in the chat, but Skippy bumping up too. There he is, Dan Moore, super chat. Thank you, Dan Moore, for that super chat. It just became real today, didn't it? It did, and it really did too. And Patty and I sat around with Ken last night for an hour, and you sat with Aaron, and we're just sitting around thinking like, oh my God, this became real, and it really did. Thank you for the super chat.
John Hills just said QPR were well in the bottom half last season. Yes, they were in 15th, but we already said last season there was so many teams on very close points there. It doesn't mean QPR are a particularly bad team, but it does, like, they could have a great season. They could have a similar season. So I put QPR as a nice middle of the road team.
Well,
solid team. And that's why I think the 5th match in QPR, middle of the table team, we should be beating them. If we're getting comfortable, we're playing our game, we should be looking to take out a middle table team at home.
We'll take this on right now. QPR's new managers could be utterly shit or brilliant. That's the thing. This is the gauntlet. I was coming up with taglines for what we're going to do for the season. Blood, sweat, and shithousery. I mean, I am so excited for this. I'm so excited. I'm so pumped to see what we're going to do. I mean, you don't know what are we going to get? Yeah. No.
Yeah. QPR got Poku.
Oh wow!
Apparently 900k plus some add-ons. That's cheap.
That is a gift of freedom.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. That's it. Would you have gone after him?
If true. Would you? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. He's a brilliant player.
Yeah,
brilliant player. Sorry, I missed that one. That is a great shout right there. Great shout. The super chat there too. We'll get to that. We'll do. By the way, thank you, John Sancha, Dan Moore for the super chat. And Steve Barton says, it's not the size of the dog in a fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog. LFG, let's go. Dragons. Absolutely. Yeah. I'll tell you, he's right. And that's why I've fallen in love. Go watch the trailer for the final episode. I've fallen in love with Parkinson. I have.
If you're going to play Parky's style, you need to have that fight. Because you cannot allow other teams to dominate the possession. And then not have the ability to turn it around instantly and not let the fact you haven't touched the ball for 5 minutes get to you.
No.
You really need to have that confidence in one moment. That's all it takes. One moment, one movement, and we're in. Yeah. So in order to take that pressure.
Yeah. And take away that moment we just need a moment of brilliance. We just need points. We need points. I don't know. Just sitting here talking to you, I just got excited. Right?
Great, isn't it?
Right? It's so great. Yeah. JYD, right? There we go. We're the junkyard dogs, right? JYD. Yeah. FU confidence, Patty. He's right. Totally. Patty says, Chris is there too. Chris Phillips says to you, Patty, the away Millwall game is very doable on Labor Day. And thank you for the very generous super chats. Keep them coming in. Helps out the show. We're working our best to keep up with everything. The Millwall game is very doable on Labor Day weekend. Any idea, however many away tickets are allocated, ready to book travel? Okay, Chris.
Not a lot because they have only 20,000 seater stadium.
Yeah.
So if you're looking at 10%, maybe 2,000.
And just so get in early, just do it. And listen, we have a lot of. This is not like braggadocio. We have a lot of people that we can maybe connect with to maybe help things out. Now, Humphrey, we're going to talk about later. He was on TalkSport talking about what they're going to allot for the home matches this year. We are down 20. How many? 5,000? 3,000? How many are we down?
3,500.
3,500, right? They allot 75 to 80 tickets for games, which they did international. So you gotta just be ready to kind of bite the bullet if you have to and go. And I know it's
I'm interested about that, and it's something that we'll have to dig into later. I'm not sure that's even accurate because they moved the international fans into the temporary stand last season. They made a change. So whether they're moving them back, whether they're still doing that 70 seats, I don't know for sure. So that's an interesting one, but that was the old idea, is there was about 70 tickets. I don't know if there still is.
Yeah. We'll
but if there is, we can get at them, some of them, yeah.
Yeah, we'll dive into that too. And, we just have to, hey, if we have to weather the storm for the season to get our cop up and running good, let's do that.
Yeah.
So be it. Listen, we are in a good position. We're not going to go down. Listen, I will flat out say, here we go. Let me get up. We will not go down this season. So just get prepared for that. Okay. And John says, I'm in love with I fall in love with Parky. John, we'll talk later. You man. So this is why
okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
But you know what? I don't mind that comment. 3-0 down to Ipswich. Okay. What was my first away match?
Oh, yeah.
5-0 bloody loss to Stockport.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. It's not like it hasn't happened to us before.
Yeah.
It won't be the end of the world when it does happen to us again. I'd be quite comfortable with a 3-0. Oh, well, I suppose he does say after 25 minutes, so maybe
we're going to be
maybe that's not the end of the match. See, we might be 4-3 up by the end of it.
Yeah, and as Patty, I think his famous saying is "C'est la vie" and "Ba fangul," So there you go. And be careful of the fixture movie. We're going to talk about that in a second. July 3rd. Yes, that is the announcement there too. We'll talk about that too. And the first game of the season for Marie. I was on a roll. Patty and I were vibing, and then you just kick right to the Paul Mullin. Oh my God. Oh. It's great. I'm excited for it. I don't know where I'll be living, but I'm excited for it too. So the first 5. So we going through there. I think it's good. I think it's get through the gauntlet. Let's go. Fiery baptism. Right? Yeah. So I like that. You know what? And just go there. It's the price of being a Wrexham supporter for sure. I like that. Okay, that's the first 5. Do you want to move to the festival gauntlet? Do you have those up, or you want me to get them up?
Yeah. So first up on December 20th, just pre-Christmas, we have Swansea away. So that will be a nice one coming into the Christmas period. Yeah. And tease up nicely then for the Boxing Day battle. So that would be Sheffield United at home in the Wrexham.
Yeah.
I think it always helps to be the team at home.
Yeah.
For Boxing Day. But that's a battle. That's one of the top teams at home. They should certainly be chasing playoffs. They should be up there somewhere. Yep. Now, some people are even saying that they might win the whole thing. So they'll certainly be strong. Anybody can fail. So look, let's leave it at that. But strong team on Boxing Day. And then following up a couple of days later, we have Preston, which is the easier match at that point. And it's a home match again. So interestingly, no big travel over the Christmas, which might be nice for the boys.
Yeah. Be with your family. You want to see your family a little bit too. I think it's good. Yeah. And then the New Year kickoff there.
Oh, New Year then on January 1st, we have Blackburn Rovers away. So potentially, depending on how well they do, that's a team I think we could be taking out. Although it is away, it'll be a tough match.
Yeah,
there'll be a strong team. To be honest, any away this season is going to be a tough match. And our season might be made or broken depending on how well we do away.
Yep, exactly.
We've always had that little bit of dodginess with some of our away matches. Not last season, but previous to that.
Yep. So, 4 games, 12 days. There's no room to slip up there. Everyone has a talking point, Patty. Well, it's Derby. That's pride, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Tough. It'll be a tough battle. The Sheffield United, they're established. They were in the playoffs. Big, huge. It's Boxing Day. It's Boxing Day. Preston underrated. I don't know. Do we think?
Certainly. I'm putting them down as a team we should be smacking about if we want to do well this season.
And this is where depth will come in for sure in this period right here. Just kind of like, treading water, or if we do good, we do good, and hopefully get some other things going on too. Gaz says no Stephen Fletcher to the rescue over. No, that's true. And then, like you mentioned, Blackburn Rovers. I mean, a very, very well established team, did win.
Yeah, John is coming at us. Somebody has forgotten last season's cup game at Blackburn. Last season is a different team. We're a different team. They're still the same. We're better.
John.
So let's see what happens this year.
John, you're a Wrexham supporter, big shoulders and all, but the Blackburn one, Lancashire Challenge, cold, mix some long balls, it's a tone setter for 26. If we can get it done, we get it done.
Yeah.
But you know what? I think we got to walk through the fire and get to the other side. And I look at this and I'm sitting here talking. It's just, it's a gauntlet all the time. And we got to be ready for it. We have to be able to take punches, get bloody, and keep going.
Yeah,
we do.
Yeah, yeah, and we're gonna have to. I haven't seen any like 3 matches back to back, unless I've missed it. Someone put it there. We go. Someone in the chat put in what you think is our hardest 3 matches in a row.
Yeah.
Because I've looked through it and my brief rundown of it. I don't think we have had back to back horrible matches. They've been okay. It's kind of gone hard, easier, which we expect because so many teams here have the potential to be really good, and until the season plays, we're not going to know who's screwing it up.
Yeah,
so everybody's dangerous.
Yeah, I remember Coventry last year. They were crap, and then they went on a run. There's going to be that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to happen. And I think you said it earlier. We need to have resilience. We need to accept the fact that this is what it's going to be. And you know what? The pressure will be a privilege throughout the entire season. I love it. Tess says, hey, Tess, how you doing? Hard to know how well we'll do next season. We may sign another 4 or 5 players. That could improve half of the startup. Yes, that is one thing we're definitely taking into account. Right now, we're kind of just going off vaporware, maybe just names. We don't have a full team yet ourselves. So, yes, I understand. We still got to kick those tires. And
we're getting at least 5 more.
Yeah, you're dropping that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, potentially even more because at this stage, we need to be bringing in some young talent again. We need to be taking a couple of more Mofals. So they'll be extra backup and depth as well, hoping that some of the younger players can break in. We're going to have to do that again. So maybe 5 solid senior players, but we need a couple of more on top of that as well.
We do. We need depth. We definitely need some depth. We need to start working on that midfield. And that back line on the wings, I think Mac is not going anywhere. Obviously, I think that's the hardest one that's going to go away. It looks like that kid from Liverpool is going to get locked down. It looks like he's going to stay there. Yeah. So it is what it is. But
that's not great for us.
No, it's not. It's not. But it's Liverpool. You're trying to get someone away from Liverpool. I understand. It's hard.
Yeah.
But, hey, maybe they'll lock him down and we get him on loan. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I meant by being hard. I think it doesn't work out as well on loan. I think if it's going to be on loan, there's other teams that might work out better because Parky's style and the way tactics and stuff, I don't think that's great for loans, unfortunately. No. Yeah. So I would much prefer us to just buy him, pay 2 million for him or whatever, bring him in and change him to what we need.
Yeah, because he did with Longman too. Pat says to be perfectly happy with the happy gun. Parky brings back to Ali Bra. And Sean says consensus of the Southampton is playing Wrexham for the first game is going to be hard. And I've played a so-called easier team. Praise indeed. No, it's good. And you know what? We'll take it, but also we need to improve ourselves. And John says their toughest run is in February. Leicester, West Brom, Norwich, and Millwall. That's a tough run.
Yeah, and that's a good point as well about them being just a little bit worried about us, because I think some teams will find us easier after we've played 10 matches, because Parky doesn't change things too much. Once they can see how our side is set up, how our new players are getting along together, what they do, what tactics we're using, some of the teams will use that to their advantage. And they'll be able to counter it better. Yep. Having us in the very early weeks is the same as having other teams. Everybody's trying to get together. Everybody's trying to push their new tactics, new players. So, we're a dangerous enough side, especially because we're counter-attacking. If we can keep you out and stop you getting an early goal, and we can catch you on a counter, we can beat anybody potentially.
Yeah.
So we're not easiest to have early either.
Yeah, and we have to have a good preseason. I think we have to have a really good preseason too. I think that's very key, very important too. And as we talk about preseason, we'll just back it up. We took the beginning, middle, and end of the season, which we wanted to just top the line to go through it. So last 5 fixtures when everything is obviously on the line, as we know. I'm going to say it. Don't be an asshole. Don't be an asshole, John Merrill. The Hollywood Derby. I hate it saying it, but I did it. It's a home game. Could be a 6-pointer. Okay, I don't know. That's April 11th, April 18th. Stoke away. That's a tough one. It's a rugged, direct football, effective but ugly. Yeah, some people say about Parkinson, but I won't say it anymore. That's gonna be a battle. On the 21st, Oxford away. Small ground, big tension. Banana skin. I mean, they're all banana skins at this point. We just got to see where we're at in the season. Yeah. 25, Coventry away, midweek away, playoff level talent. Yes. And obviously we know about the mental grind. We just went through it. But the final game of the season is a big one. Millwall, home. First day at home, final day at home, is massive. And could be safety, could be playoffs, it could be heartbreak. So that's it. But as we look at the schedule, has everything, beginning, middle to end. It's a full-fledged story. And, Wrexham can tell if we can hold our nerve. You never know what we can do. But I think we'll stay in the league. But the first 5 games will set the tone, in my opinion. But these are the last 5, and this is obviously see where we're going to end up. But that's the final 5 of the season. What do you got of that final 5?
Yeah, tough. They're on my list here. It's actually backwards. The homes and aways. So let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4. Birmingham is away. Yeah,
on the 11th.
Yeah, Saturday 11th. That's an away match. Something on our notes here is messed up. So Saturday the 11th, Birmingham is an away match for us. Then we have Stoke City at home, Oxford United away, and Coventry away.
Okay, so and the final game is home though, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so we've the double away there with Oxford and Coventry. That could be very serious for our end of season, because we could pick up some decent points there, or we're going to have hard-ish matches away. If we're not playing really well, we could have a very tough final 5 matches. We could drop a lot of points there if we're not doing well.
Yeah, that's a tough run right there. And John,
that's a tough finish. That's a tough finish for me.
Yeah, and they're going to move games too. John's pointing out, we will be a lot of games on TV for sure. They'll be moved a lot for sure. Timing-wise, Okay, so, I mean, it's look at that. So look at all those teams: Birmingham, Stoke, Oxford, Coventry, Middlesbrough. Yes, Birmingham were in League One with us, but they're a championship side. Yeah, they always were. That is the end of that. I know we got to get there first. There's a lot. There's so much going to happen between now and then. That is huge and massive. So,
but with those fixtures at the final 5, so potentially 15 points. If you look at last season, you had the bottom of the playoffs. Then you had 10 points to go mid-table to 12th, and then you had another 10 points to get down to playoffs. Sorry, not playoffs, the relegation zone.
Relegation, yeah.
That is extremely tight. And if we're still fighting for points to do something, that's dangerous. That's good. That's going to be a big finish if we need points. Now, it could be a scenario that we're, solidly upper top table, but not playoffs. In which case, look, the last 15 maybe won't matter. That we kind of have enough points. We just need a few points out of the 15. Our season is done. Happy mid-table. So be it. It might not really matter.
Yeah.
But if we're chasing playoffs and we're still pushing, that's a gauntlet to get through.
That is a gauntlet right there. I mean, Middlesbrough, they just changed the manager. They got rid of Coventry. They have Lampard. Listen, this is months and months and months away. So we're just looking at it right now. But we got to walk through it anyway. But yeah, that is a tough cup end of the season, right? For sure. But no, it's great. Honestly, like you said earlier in the chat too as well, it now just became real. like, okay, now it's on paper. Now it's like you put it down, now it's on paper and it's real. By the way, 110 people in here. Please smash that like button. Please share it out to everybody. Let's go. Let's keep those likes up. Help out through the summer. We don't slow down here at the local pundit. So thank you all very much. Steve Barton with a $5 super chat. Thank you, my friend. Absolutely helps the channel out for sure. I had a dream that the Stoke Grass having Legends Garden outside of the pitch would have statues Thomas Jones, Mullin, etc. Parky bigger outside Macra.
Ooh, Mullin. Let's not go there today.
Talking about cards.
I have future thoughts on Mullin.
Okay, good. We'll yeah. Done. Yeah. I love it. What's going on, Chris? Yes, it seems to be out. Hey, Aaron, how you doing? He's upside down welding. Sean says the good thing for us is that we are, if we start struggling, we could drop a load of cash and generate and reinforce it. Yes, let's not do that.
Yeah, look, that's the other thing. If we're not doing amazing, it'll just push them in January to add a few more. In fairness, we probably need to add a few more no matter what.
No matter what.
You know, we're going to find out before January that some of the players we still have are not good enough. It's just the way it is. We have to upgrade in so many areas that come January, I don't really care where we are in the table. There's going to be a couple of players that it's shown are not good enough. They might even be depth players at that point, you know, so it might not be hurting us, but they still need to be replaced so we have a strong, deep bench. In which case you might bring in a new star and push someone onto the bench or whatever. But we need to replace a few more in January.
Yeah, we will need to do that for sure. And, you know, and even at the start, we still have a lot of stuff to do. Now, bringing all this in, going back to the start of the season, it's not just we have those first 5 games. In the middle of all this, today, if you didn't know, we did get the Carabao Cup draw happened, and that we have drawn Hull City, another championship side. That is in the week of August 12th. That game is between our first and second match. Yeah. Yep. So Southampton and West Brom. That is that a home match or away match? Sorry, I should have that.
Home versus Hull.
Home versus Hull. You know, they're they're going to be fast. It's a midweek after the Southampton fatigue. We have all our players in, Patty. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe not. I like it. To be honest, I'm going to put it out there that yes, maybe an easy League 2 team just to get through to the next round might be nice. But this is the lowest team from the Championship last season. And it's a team we need to be comfortable beating because they are still in the Championship. So as a tune-up test for the team, I don't mind it, actually. I don't mind it. Even if they drop a couple of their players straight away, if they don't go full at it and rest some players because they want to focus on the league, so be it. But I think we should go full strength at it, personally. People are still trying to work out kinks together, learn each other, new players. I say put the full team in versus Hull on that second match. Give them time. Take it like training. And if we lose, so be it. Lesson learned. It's not league points dropped. Yeah. And away you go. Would be nice to get through a couple of levels and get a Prem team. We haven't had that in a cup for quite a while. So everybody's still waiting for that. Would love to get there. But first year in the Championship, that has to be the priority. So go full at them with the full team. See what happens. Hopefully we beat them nicely and kind of warm up into beating teams in the Championship.
Yep, we know Longman will be up for it. He said it today on Instagram. But, it's like this is not a tie that we just kind of take for granted. It will not be preseason anymore. We're going to have our first game under our belt. And, as you just said, build the confidence, go out there and winning against the team that is in our league, that is league. Go and use it wisely. And I think he will. I think he will. Hey, Bertie G, how you doing? Steve Barton gifted 5 local pundit Wrexham AFC podcast memberships. Thank you, friend. And apparently Hull put 5 million on Lewis O'Brien. Put in for 5 million Lewis O'Brien. Bring that up on Champ Chat today. Bring it up in Champ Chat. And Bertie G, the stuff behind us is pretty cool. See what you have that there. But all in all, that looks to be a pretty interesting August. And a lot of news came out today, which is another thing too I want to put there too. Do you think this is that game against Hull? Again, not being a preseason team. Does he trust the squad, the wider squad? You know, will he put, and you said go for it, but will he, you know, try something out? I don't know. Or you think it's just going to...
I'm going to say it's exactly like last season.
Mm-hmm.
Certain players who come in are going to be so big, he might put them in immediately.
Mm-hmm.
And others, he will put them in training and rotate them in slowly. Yeah. So I do see him trusting the majority of the players from last season, with the caveat that the very best of what he brings in will come in immediately. If he's a little bit worried about a certain spot.
You think Hardy starts right off the bat?
I don't know. That's an interesting one. Probably at the moment, like we don't know who else is coming in.
Yeah,
I would guess yes, but not necessarily. If the link-up play doesn't work immediately with the rest of the team, there's no point. You know, if he's going to end up isolated or whatever, if it takes time to figure out our tactics, because that's the other thing as well. A lot of the players that come in, they're not used to sitting off the ball, waiting for your chances and stuff. You know, they're used to having more support. Now, I hope we're giving more support this season than we have maybe previously. But I don't want to see Hardy come in and be left on an island up the front, not getting service.
No.
So I would prefer him to take his time in training and at least put in the players who are already used to that, you know, and not getting frustrated. So either way, but I expect it to be like last year.
Yeah, Aaron says, where is he going to start? Where will he start? Yeah, I think he'll be on the shoulder. I think Sam Smith is going to drop in and be that Palmer role. I hate to use the Palmer role, that second striker role, but I think that's where it's going to be. And yes, we asked this in the chat, Bernie G, to see what it is. So that was into the chat. So put it in the chat. Someone find out what you think their toughest thing is too. But you know, we'll see. You got that? Go ahead.
Yeah, Luke has an interesting question here. Maybe we could rotate the squad for any and all cup matches and give some bench players some game time. Now, this is another thing potentially that could be done. He might give some of the players time in that cup match. Yeah. And that is your one and done. You need to prove if he's worried about you stepping up, that might be your one and done. You get the cup match, you better prove yourself. You better look good against the whole team at home, lowest in the championship last year. And if I'm still worried about you after this, you're basically going to sit the bench.
Yeah, that's a probably a mo. That could be like a
maybe. Yeah, that could.
Oh, you know who else too? Sorry to cut you off. That could be like a JM game.
Partly, yeah. He could get a significant amount of time and then have a look at him. Yeah.
What do you think about this too? This is very interesting. Not to get full off topic, but put him as cam. Sorry, we need a cam. Sorry, we need a cam. Yeah, so
we do need a cam. Yeah, absolutely, we need a cam. And I've said it numerous times. I almost hope that's our biggest spend this summer. It's our biggest marquee signing. Because the way Parky seems to want to be setting up, unless he changes it from last season, that is a position we don't have locked down. And in theory, we need two. You know, we need someone to back it up.
Yeah, unless he thinks that Rathbone can play that role. But I don't think Rathbone has the incisive pass that we need. Rathbone is kind of a disruptor, not a bruising disruptor, but not like a Modric, you know, whatever, something like that. So we'll see. We'll see how that
goes. I could see your first starter cam now this summer. We need it, and then potentially wait till January for the second, you know, for someone to come in as the backup.
Yeah,
because we don't have enough there in that position. If he's going to keep it the same.
I agree. Two things. Mel and Lyle are thanking Steve Barton, and Woody also thanking Steve Barton for the super chat. For the memberships. He doesn't like Greg. That's why he does it. Yeah, he does it for everybody because he doesn't like Greg. So yes, and you're very, very welcome. And Tess says it's interesting. We all agree that Lee is no longer the answer.
Okay, my take on this. I'm going to put it out there. I've said it in Discord as well. Is Lee got a lot of goals, right? Yes. But pretty much all his goals during the season have been poaching in the right place at the right time, and he finished them. And he got us out of some shit at times with his goals. So he's a very good player. But Lee did not make his own goals this season the way he previously would have.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he didn't do all the work himself, where previously he would have.
Rathbone did.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the thing. So the answer is no, I don't think Lee is good enough. And Lee had a lot of chances. He was playing in that forward role for a long period.
Yes.
And he couldn't score directly in that position.
Yep.
Again, waiting until everything tightens up, sitting in the box, gets on the end of stuff.
Coming in late, things like that. And unfortunately, too, to your point, he got in that car accident. Thank God he's okay. And that probably his chest wasn't right. I think that's what I heard. Yeah, or whatever. Just he had ribs or whatever. I'm like, don't quote me, but I know he had some, but that messes probably mentally and everything too. They didn't cover that, by the way, oddly enough, on Welcome to Wrexham, if you haven't noticed that too.
Well, there's issues there because there was another car involved.
Oh, yes, that's right. Good
so, yeah.
Which we hope everyone is okay. Dan Moore says Lee also got stripped of the ball a lot when he tried to dribble in someone. Yes. He's a good player. We just don't know how we're going to get to that. Tom Kearney, one of our signings.
Luke.
Hold on, Patty. Are you just not happy because you have a lovely beard? Your beard is lovely too, Patty. No need to beard envy. No, it's not like Rousey, and he has the man crush. So there you go. But I don't know. That pretty much covers that part of that too. What we're going to do. So take that opportunity. Let's see what Parkinson does. Use the wider squad, but also it's a good test, early test. And that month of August is going to be an absolute gauntlet. Putting that game in there. So how many games is in August for us? We just double this up here. So I'm first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 games in August. I mean, it is full bore. And I don't know when the international breaks are, which I actually hate them. But it is what it is. Shifting gears to the third little segment. We'll get through this real quick. Official announcement today. Billy Boyle did depart, and I'm only doing this because it is so awesome. It's because of the lettuce. It's a lettuce. It's more of a lettuce take than anything else. There is Billy Boyle. Welcome to Salop, Shrewsbury Townland. Billy Boyle. We talked about this the other day. Absolutely. What a head of hair. I got to say, thank you, Turkey. But good for him. It's a good move, for him and for Shrewsbury Town. Go get him. It's a complete transfer. He only played 3 games last year. He's a great pro, but not in Parkinson's long-term plans, as we know. It saves us more space for reinforcements, and it's just our ambition is that we want to move on. And the summer, to me, so far, you can take this too, Patty. I don't know what you think. It's not about sentiment. It's about survival at a higher level or going forward at a higher level. So, and Parkinson, the club said, we thank him for his efforts and all the best for him. So, yeah.
Horrible jersey.
Lovely hair, horrible jersey. Yeah.
Yeah, that kid is mank.
That kid is, here, let me bring it back up. That kid is kitten. I mean, that's yellow, that's blue, that's red. That's blue with light blue. I mean, it's pretty. The kit is kitten, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not in a good way though.
Not in a good way. No, I don't like that at all.
Oh, what a shot! Yeah, not in a good way. I mean, yeah. Hi, shout out. What's going on?
Did he get a better goodbye from the club than Mullin did?
No, I think we thank him for his efforts and we wish him all the best. Club statement. I mean, that's pretty
basic, straightforward.
That's a permanent deal. Let me see if there's any information. We don't know. What do you think we got for it? Bag of chips? He brings standout attributes. This is on their site. And will strengthen the group for more challenges ahead. Sorry, my thing is up there. Trust me, I'd rather hear. Mickey Moore said, director of football said, Will is someone I have known for a long time. We have worked together previously. We have a lot of success together. He's a natural leader. He's been part of the position-winning teams, i.e. Wrexham, and his experience would be crucial both on and off the pitch. He will make a big impact on the pitch, off the pitch, in the dressing room. And Will is the 4th signing of the summer, blah, blah, blah. Who gives a shit? Okay, there you go. So good for him. It's a good move all around. I don't know what we got for him, but it does clear the decks and it helps us go and just try to move forward. So wanted to just follow up and confirm that was it. And, it is what it is. But do you want to hit on that at all, or we think we're good there?
No, we knew that was going to come at some point. Long contract. Yeah, it had to go.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's about housekeeping to this point, right?
Yeah.
It's a statement that we need to go up. It's housekeeping, but okay. And then the last thing we're going to cover, because I have to jump, and then you have to get ready for Champ Chat as well. Champ Chat, and we can make once we do this, we'll talk a little bit more about Champ Chat for a moment, as we briefly talked about in a second. Billy Boyle, that's done. But Humphrey Carr this morning was on Talk Sport.
Yes.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Yep. You want to grab that one? Go ahead. What do you got?
He didn't say much. A lot of stupid jokes. And then just we have a tough schedule. Yeah. Pretty much straightforward. Was there anything in particular else? They did bring up Mullin. They did. Yeah, he did talk about Mullin. Yeah, they played his TalkSport interview to him.
They played the whole clip. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And I thought that was very interesting. I thought of that. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
The more Mullin.
Yeah.
P. Mullin. The more he talks, the less of a legacy he's going to end up with.
You think so?
Yeah. Oh, he needs to stop talking. I'm sorry.
You think he sounds bitter?
He sounds bitter. And if he keeps talking, he's going to say something that's really going to sound shitty. And a lot of people are going to remember it. Now, I met Mullin. I didn't like him in person.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a personal thing. Look, nothing against the guy. He did a lot for the club. But the more he's talking now, he is starting to sound bitter and even somewhat delusional with some of the things he's saying. If you listen to that TalkSport interview, I don't know how he can't pick me or what's in his head. It's like, I'm sorry, come on. You should have some family members, someone you trust, who can sit down and tell you, look, maybe you're not happy about it. Maybe it's a little bit unfair, but it's a straightforward football decision. You know what I mean? It's nothing against you. It's not you've been dumped. Like even some of the FID guys were saying, oh, they got binned off. No, they didn't. He got it. He got his shot. Maybe he couldn't do it because of still injuries or pushing it or lots of reasons why he couldn't do it when he got the shot. Coming back too early. That's all fine. I'll give him all of that. But all of that led to the fact that he got replaced. Is that unfair? Yes, I'll grant you it's unfair, but it's not delusional. You know what I mean? It's not like, oh, woe is me, the manager is an asshole. I'm sorry. It's not.
It doesn't change.
No, look.
Doesn't change what he's done for us, right? All that stuff you said. By the way, the chat is agreeing with Brian. Agrees with you. C-Lord says, "Wow, Patty." Chris says, "Damn, you're going all." And Steve says, "I agree with you, Patty. I'm being put up by Mullin too." I mean, it's Go ahead.
The one thing I will say to back off this just a little bit is that is still what we see from the front. Okay. I don't know, and I have not heard of any issues that have actually happened between Parky and Mullin, any discussions they've had. You know, it's possible that something has been said in the background or the way it has been said. Okay, that's fine. So look, there may be reasons for it, and he might even be correct. So I'll put that out there. I can only go from what I know. And met the guy once, didn't get a great vibe from him, actually. Now he was nice enough to look. I'll be straight as well. He's nice enough to take photos. My missus has a photo of him. What she does with it when I'm not around, I don't know. But she has a photo that she really likes. He signs photos. He's lovely to the fans. But when I actually had a moment to kind of interact with him outside of that, which I did, I just got the wrong vibe from him.
Okay. Everyone has their shot. I mean, listen, that's it. I've never met him before. Well, Stick says you have to remember, we the fans at the club have an ego, can't be shocked. Wayne says Mullin scored a lot of goals playing at his level below his own level. He only did what he should have been doing. That's a true sportsman right there. And Pat says finally, and Glenda disagrees with you, which is good. Glenda, I mean, it's good to have that. And Brian Burton says Mullin's approach to the refs was just plain stupid, hurt the club. And Patty Right, Jack says Woody Windsor. Can't have a grouch Jack in the dressing room down. That's true. I think that's part of it too. But Mullin, Steve also says, needs to know the way his words are actions.
Oh, the other thing I did notice is considering that Humphrey is a nice guy. When he did his interview with TalkSport, and after they played that clip, it was the perfect opportunity for Humphrey to put out a little olive branch and say that he's still contracted with us for 2 seasons. I hope he scores a bag load of goals, which he did say.
He did say that,
but he didn't follow it up with maybe he'll be back in the team in the future.
Yep,
that would have been the perfect place to say, still contracted for 2 years. Hope he goes out, gets himself back to where he should be, scores a bag load of goals, and forces his way back into the team later. He could have put that out there.
Yeah,
and he decided not to. He didn't go down that road at all.
No,
he just wished him the best and said nothing about the comments.
He did, I think it was almost like a two-hander there of like before they played the clip and after they played the clip too, because and Humphrey's a great dude. I've met him. I have friends that know him. He's a great guy. He knows what he's doing. He talked about also increasing the stakes. He said as we go on up the pyramid, the expectations get larger, and that does come with a alleged degree of pressure. And backing on Phil Parkinson, the leadership of Phil and the squad have absolutely risen to that challenge. And we're trailing along in the way we're trying to do the same. So listen, it's unflinched support for Parkinson. He did, like you said, he didn't offer that olive branch on a professional level in regards to bringing Mullin back, but he did get on a
and it was a perfect place to do it.
Yep, he did. And it's let's put it this way. It is a tough situation. It really is a tough situation, but that's football. That is football. And what's going on? Esteban is here, and done deal, guys. Mullin not in Wrexham shirt ever again. No, Woody, he won't be. I don't, and that's nothing against him. He is an absolute club legend. And he did mention legend there. I don't know exact words. He had legend using it. But,
and I wouldn't take that away from him. I agree. He's a club legend, a modern day club legend at the moment, albeit, but he is. He went through those leagues. He got us the goals. Yes, you can argue he was above the level, but how is that different from any other player? Okay, he dropped down a little bit further, but he kept doing it as we came back up.
Yeah.
So that's fine. I understand the argument, but that's the same as any player coming down and they're too good. Yeah. There's going to be players in the championship that are too good and should be in the Prem. So
I'll call it right now. Listen, it's better that we parted ways with him. He's going to go play. He's going to score goals. Yeah, we wish him the best. Humphrey, I'm sure he's got a lot in his mind. Try to navigate that. I don't know if he knew he was going to play that clip. But when
I think so.
You don't think so? I don't think so.
No, I think that was a little bit of a throw a grenade in here and see what happens.
Yeah, welcome to Talk Sport. Techie says Paul is not part of our history. When we remembered for sure. Joey Conley.
And he deserves it. He deserves the legend title for what he did.
He does.
Simple.
Yeah, I think so too. I don't think he's going to struggle. Glenda, who has a different take for you, even if the club wants Mullin back, maybe he doesn't want to come back. Maybe.
Possible.
Yep. I don't. Yeah. You got to think about what does he want. You got also. It's not about what the club wants. It's about what he wants too. There's two sides to this too. And Brian, last one here. Look at it this way. Ryan Hardy could probably score 20 goals on a good League One team. Mulls could not. That's a bit harsh, but okay. That's a bit harsh. But, you never know.
Provisos, the injuries, we all know that.
Yeah.
So it's hard to tell.
Yep. Please smash that like button too. All right, should we take 5? I think we're, I think the final take on all that. Brutal opener. We got a cup test. Festival, nightmare, transfers going to happen. The pressures will be up in the final days. Boyle is out. It's going to be a great season. We got to go through it, and this just made it real. This literally just made it real, and start right off the bat with a team that just came down Southampton, and it's going to be a test, and we got to get through it. So, and it's going to demand attention, but and so I hope we do enough to demand attention ourselves.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything you want to follow up on that before we just talk quickly about Champ Chat? Or
no, I think we're good on that. Hope. Oh no, there is. The match next season with Bolton is going to be really interesting. And I haven't discussed this, but depending on when it is, I need to check the time. Maybe we should watch it.
Okay. Well,
Dalby versus Mullin. I think that'd be a nice match.
Nice little match too. Yeah.
And that leads us in nicely to Champ Chat then.
Yeah, the Champ Chat. So today's show will be a member show, correct? In your series, guys.
Yeah.
Yep.
Little background chat.
As you can tell, this is a little bit of an update. As you can tell, there's a different color scheme. We're going to be rolling out. It'll be consistently with Champ Chat will be more focused toward all of the championship. So that's where that's going to be headed. It will be on the same platform. We will be doing Wrexham-based stuff as well, as we always are in Local Pundit. So we're going to do a kind of parallel work here on it, more broad out to the championship, and then more streamlined focus as we are for the Local Pundit. Now, it comes with possible other watch-alongs on the channel with the championship teams in that too. Go ahead, Patty. You want to add a little more to that?
Yeah, so plans are in place. Let us know what you think. We are thinking of expanding and doing some watch-alongs for championship matches for other teams, and going from there. A bit more talk, a bit more news from the championship, and if we're going ahead with this, I will likely step up and do a bit more on the championship side. Josh is the man for Wrexham, and we'll be playing together and having a bit of fun.
Yeah.
So I think it could be fun. It could be good to get to know all these teams. So tell us what you think. Tell us what you might like to see, because it's all in discussion at the moment.
Yep, all in discussion. Please put it in there too. We're just going to meld it all together. Everything will be obviously coordinated and coded in regards to, you'll know what a Wrexham show is. You know what a championship game is. So we're going to make sure that happens. And also too, could be possible change up in the call-in show, the Wrexford time. We're going to talk about that too, to be full on board. That's all in discussions right now, but we're trying to step up for this season and keep everyone here and also grow out this as well. So it should be a lot of fun. Lots of things to happen. So get in the chat, like Patty said, give us some suggestions and put it in and let's see what we can do to coordinate that too. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun muscle too, I suppose, right?
Yep.
All exciting up.
More content, as if we don't give you enough already.
More content. So you're 2 hours away, right? You're 2 hours away from your show.
From
correct?
UK time. Yeah. Okay, from tonight, yes.
Yeah.
2.5.
Yep.
2.5 will be live.
Yep. So exciting stuff. We'll lap it all up. We'll be there too, and make sure, local Pundit community, as we all know, everyone is welcome, and that's part of why this is also happening too. So we're doing that too. See you later, Ewok Beards. Absolutely, and maybe win an award. Well, let's try not to win the awards. We want to be the Always Sunny in Philadelphia of podcasts. That's what I'm doing.
Stephen. Now, look, I don't know you, Stephen, but maybe you know me. Maybe you've been watching for a long, long time. Maybe I want to win an award.
Oh, we have competing goals on the left one. I love it. Oh, it's awesome. Good stuff. Good stuff, man. Good to see you, Patty. Have a good show later, and keep us posted and get into the chat. Get talking about what we think about the fixture to start, the middle, Christmas Fury, the ending, and Billy Boyle leaving, and when we think we're going to get our next signing. And Kit Watch, we are on it too, so keep that up. But go support the. Go support
Okay, I'm going to throw this out there just for the hell of it. I think we're going to have 2 in before July 1st.
I like it.
I think there's going to be some bargains, probably some people we've never heard of linked to us.
Yep.
And it's going to be a quick deal. Some teams need a bit of cash. We have a bit of cash. We want the player. Done.
Boom,
I'm hoping for 2 before that deadline.
Bargains. All right, cool. Brian says fingers crossed. All right, good. Go check out. Please smash that like button, subscribe, get us out there. Trying to hit the 3,000 by the start of the season, and go watch Champ Chat later. Lots of stuff. They're putting stuff together to that too, and we'll be expanding the championship discussion as well. And on that bombshell, we'll see you all soon.